Hi all, Christine Byer here, just wanting to check in. I wanted to do the quickest lift possible, so I'm going to be using just 2 devices today. I'm using the new MBK Eye Rejuvenator. I love this thing. It just fits so tightly into the eye area, and I just love what it's doing for my under eye area. And then, of course, the Time Master Pro. I don't know if I've talked about this lately, have I? Anyway, I'm using 2. And I just wanted to do the fastest lift possible. Oh, I don't know what it is about this time of year, but it kind of gets me. I mean, I love the fall, but I don't know if it kicks in old stuff or what, but I had a good cry today, and sometimes you just need to do that. I'm just putting on some conductive gel, the Hydra Lift. This first. Let's turn it on. Yeah, it's just this time of year. I don't know what it is, or, you know, sometimes when your child is an age that you found particularly troubling, like Sienna's 11 right now, and kids are not nice to each other at that age, and I just remember being miserable in middle school, which was 6, 7, 8. Her school, still heating up. Her school is, luckily, it was 5, 6, and then 7, 8. And so she doesn't have she's not like a 6th grader looking up at an 8th grader. She's in 6th grade right now. God, I just remember that time as being really traumatic. I mean, ugh, yuck. People would call me, people call you names. Oh, I just remember sitting there in 6th grade. I think I was in English class, and one of the jocks said that I was ugly, and then another little short guy chimed in. I was just like, shut up. So, yeah, this is called the Eye Rejuvenator. I introduced this last Friday, and it's on sale until this Thursday. I'm going to do some pressure points. It's 90 seconds. This is microcurrent, 300 microamps, and 3 megahertz. And so it's superficial, but it's good for these finer muscles around the eyes. It's great around the mouth. Oh, and what else? Yeah, so just feeling kind of melancholy. I don't want to feel melancholy. I don't know if it's pandemic stuff I haven't processed. I'm just tired of it all. What do you all do when you're feeling depressed and down? Do you know, I feel like I'm proud of myself. I've been working out every morning. I've been meditating. I have been doing so much stuff. Taking my vitamins. I'm taking my antidepressants. If you follow my channel, you know that I've dealt with depression basically all my life. My goodness. It only got really, it got really bad when I was in my 40s. And that's why we moved from Austin to Indiana, so I could be around family. But my mom told me, and I remember this, I was 5 years old, and they were trying to slip what they called puppy uppers into my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I would always find them and go like, ugh, I wouldn't take them. But what 5-year-old is depressed? So I'm in a space, and even though I'm working out and doing all the stuff they tell me to do, it's a struggle. My eyes are a little wonky. It's because I did cry today. And that's good. Crying is good. Just purge up and out, right? Sometimes you get so tired of navel gazing, but I don't know. Thank God we can whip out our skincare tools and just veg out and be kind to ourselves. I know I'm not alone in this. It's just a tough, weird time. I mean, you look at I'm going to use this on my lips too. you look at like all the people that are freaking out on planes and punching people. I mean, what is that? So I know I'm not alone in this. It's just a weird time. I'll wait for this to heat up. I was looking at lion's tail mushrooms, lion's tail. There's a couple other ones that are supposed to have growth factors, brain-derived, BDNF, brain-derived growth factors. And I know what growth factors can do for the skin. I mean, if you think of Sculpla or House of PLLA, most of all their products have 4 different growth factors in them. So they all have that. Yeah, so I'm like lion's tail mushrooms. I've been doing a deep dive into the chemical makeup of mushrooms, and so I've just been looking up, and I'm just going to do 90 seconds on my, this is 3 minutes, and it gives you a beep in between to let you know to switch eye to eye. So I'm just going to do a quickie with the Time Master Pro. And you know what else I notice? That when I lay under LED or use my LED, I feel a lot better. Something about it makes me feel really good. I don't know what the brain, I mean, it's oxygenating, so maybe it's just oxygenating my brain. Time Master Pro, this is low frequency ultrasound. It is LEDs, you can see, and EMS. I love this. Man, does it clean out underneath my chin. Because even though I had that work done on my neck, it still fills up with all this lymph. And then my husband's like, your neck is looking like it's sagging again. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to kill you. This feels so good. What was I going to say? The reason I'm switching these is one of these is a prototype where I could turn off the EMS. And so I'll use them on clients and I'll just switch them up. Because I turn off the EMS in one, electric muscle stimulation. So, now these are on 5-minute timers. I put on my Sculpla SPF 50 and I didn't take it off. So it's like all over my face. This Sculpla, it has a little bit of, it's got some color to it. So if you're seeing that, I'm gonna have to go wash my face after this. Oh God, this feels good. So yeah, what do you guys do when you're in a funk? And gosh, I really start to freak out, I gotta say, because I had an incident. You know, the whole reason we moved to Indy is because I was struggling so bad. I was struggling so bad. I was so catatonic. I was so down the rabbit hole. You know, Corey was traveling a lot. We lived in Austin, but we didn't live like downtown. I really tried to dig in deep with the Austin crowd, but I never really felt at home there. And so I just got deeper and deeper into this depression, and that's why we ended up moving, because you know, nothing was working and people gave up on me, and I had basically treatment-resistant depression. I finally ended up having to be hospitalized. That's the only time I've had to go, is the St. Vincent's Stress Center. That's the only time I've had to go to the hospital, thank God. But I know I'm not alone in this. And I ended up having to have 5 electric shock therapies to bring me back to life. And it kind of messed up my memory a little bit, but my goodness, I was a mess. And it was so wonderful to come back to life. And electric shock therapy, it's no joke, man. It's like, you know, they put you under for about 15 minutes because it just jolts back to life, the prefrontal cortex. Really fascinating how that works. But you know, you're like, whoops, at wit's end. Sorry, you guys, let me turn this. You're at wit's end when you have to do that. But I was so desperate to get out of the hospital that I was like, I'll try it. I'll do anything. Because, I mean, I don't know if you've ever been hospitalized for major depression, the other people in there, they're not bad people, but everybody's just down and out on our luck. And it doesn't feel like a good place to put a depressed person, in my opinion. Seems like you need nature and fresh air and love, and they tried, but it just wasn't much. You know, microcurrent helps me too. I always forget about that. And they actually make cranial electrostim devices that clip to each ear. And those kind of work, but if you're so far down the rabbit hole like I was when Corey was traveling so much, I think it was this big confluence. It was a bunch of different things I was doing. I was dieting. I was eating all these lean cuisine microwave meals, and I feel like they were just zapping any nutritional value right out of my food, just like killing it. And what else? Corey was traveling. I was just lonely. I missed my family. It was pretty awful. And in retrospect, I am very blessed because my psychiatrist says that she thought I was slow or retarded. I don't know what they say now, but she thought I was mentally like gone because I was so slow and so retreated into myself. And yeah, and I've come so far since we moved back home. Turns out I just needed family, and family is just invaluable when you're in a depression. So I've never told people this before, and at least I don't think I have. I've never opened up. It's terrifying to think about going back to that. And so if I start to feel depressed at all, I'm like, oh, it's like red alert. So I'm doing everything I can. I'm nothing like I was back then. But let me know what you guys do to make yourselves feel better when you're not feeling 100% or you're dealing with a little bit of depression. I would love to hear it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye now.